This activity has 3 parts. Congratulations on completing the previous activities. Hopefully, they've helped you see your own culture in contrast to other backgrounds. The contrast will make it easier for you to recognize cultural differences when you encounter them in real-life situations. This next activity will engage you in a deeper exploration of the heritage and people who've influenced your beliefs and values the most. As you go through this process, please keep in mind that your history does not necessarily define you. Your own life experiences have allowed you to make choices, meet people who change you, and create new possibilities. Start by listening to a poem. The images that accompany the audio of the poem are not the author's, but the audio is in her own voice. You might listen to it a couple of times. The first time, just enjoy the sensations and memories the poet brings to life with her words. When you listen to it again, hear the poet's descriptions of where she is from and notice what you can about her cultural heritage. Or you might enjoy reading the poem to yourself. You might have your printout of the dimensions of culture right beside you for easy reference. The poem is Where I'm From by George Ella Lyon.
I am from clothespins, from Clorox and carbon tetrachloride. I am from the dirt under the back porch, black, glistening. It tasted like beets. I am from the forsythia bush, the Dutch elm, whose long gone limbs I remember as if they were my own. I'm from fudge and eyeglasses, from Imogene and Alifair. I'm from the know-it-alls and the pass-it-ons, from perk up and pipe down. I'm from He restoreth my soul with the cotton ball lamb and 10 verses I can say myself. I'm from Artemis and Billy's branch, fried corn and strong coffee, from the finger my grandfather lost to the auger, the eye my father shut to keep his sight. Under my bed was a dress box, spilling old pictures, a sift of lost faces to drift beneath my dreams. I am from those moments, snapped before I budded, leaf fall from the family tree.
Now listen to or read the poem again, focusing on the poet's descriptions of where she is from and noticing what you can about her cultural heritage. Listen or read as many times as you like, and then come back here to continue. Welcome back. What did you notice about George Ella Lyon's heritage? Did some of her descriptions feel familiar to your own heritage? How so? What was different from your heritage? Pause the video and take as much time as you like thinking about this. Use your journal to record some of your thoughts. Hello again. Your task now is to construct your own Where I'm From poem. Look through the resource documents and use the instructions and templates that you feel are supportive of your effort, and disregard any that are not. A note: this activity can bring up powerful emotions. Take care to do only what is comfortable for you, and please modify this exercise to do what makes the most sense for you. In the words of George Ella Lyon, remember, you are the expert on you. No one else sees the world as you do. No one else has your material to draw on. You don't have to know where to begin. Just start. Let it flow. Pause the video until your first draft is complete. Pause the video now. Well, how did it go? How do you feel about this exercise? Do you feel compelled to share your poem? Does it give you insight to define your own culture and identity? As we began these activities, you may have felt that you didn't really have a culture, or that you didn't know what it was and certainly didn't have a way of talking about it. We've given you some language to be able to describe your culture. to look at it in terms of dimensions of culture and conceptually. These aren't just categories. They're a way to see culture in a more complex way. And you know that each of us is a blend of the layers of our cultures that can change over time. Your Where I'm From poem has been a tool for you to dig into your own culture more deeply. Now you'll translate what you've discovered through the writing process about your heritage into the language of culture. That will allow you to explain your own beliefs and values to people like you and to people from diverse groups. For example, with George Ella Lyon, as we read about cotton ball lambs and 10 verses she can say by herself, we realized she is Christian. The clothespins and Clorox might have made you think of stay-at-home moms, or that women are often the ones doing household chores, a very traditional gender role. The phrase pipe down could make you think of the concept that children should be seen and not heard. In terms of the dimensions of culture we've explored, we could guess that her culture is past-oriented. There is also apparent respect for elders and authority, which indicates status is ascribed more than achieved. When you notice a deep tradition, something that is so ingrained in your daily routines, look at it through a cultural lens. What do you begin to notice about your own heritage? George Ella Lyon is from Kentucky, more specifically Appalachia, where coal mining is the major occupation. These coal mining families tend to be more stoic than expressive in the face of tragedy in the mines, and they have come to accept the day-to-day perils of the work and poor health outcomes that come with the job. They are superstitious and have rituals about working in the mines, all of which reveals an external orientation. They have a strong reliance on family and are more collectivist than other parts of the U.S. Even though they value and honor elders, they are less trusting of outsiders and newcomers and care more about relationships than credentials, which is a value of achieved status. Social justice has been central to Lyon's writing and activism. Part of that came from her growing up in Harlan County, a place of great wealth and great poverty. She also thinks it is a result of coming of age in the 1960s and 1970s amid the civil rights movement, Vietnam War, and environmental awareness. Working for a Change is an example of future orientation and also shows how our poet's culture evolved over time. This is not a fully inclusive description of her culture, but it can be a model for talking about your own culture in cultural terms. You could dig even deeper into your own heritage in a similar way. Concepts of family, friendship, trust, courtesy and manners, respect, social mobility, and more are part of a person's culture. What are yours? Describe your own culture using one or more of the cultural frameworks, worldviews or dimensions of culture, the iceberg concept of culture, or another. You'll find reference documents in the resources. When you are confident, share your poem and describe your culture in terms of the frameworks with others. Enjoy the process and the product. Good luck.